This is VOA News. I'm Steve Miller. The European Commission is helping the United Nations and Turkey to try and extend a deal allowing the Black Sea export of Ukraine grain and is open to explore all solutions ahead of the grain deal's possible expiration on Monday. EU Commissioner President Ursula von der Leyen urged on Thursday President Putin of Russia to prolong the deal.
The world needs it. Russia has a responsibility to prolong it.
The United Nations and Turkey brokered the Black Sea Grain Initiative with Russia and Ukraine in July of 2022. On Thursday, U.S. President Joe Biden vowed to protect every inch of NATO territory, including Finland, during a news conference with Finnish President Sauli Niinistö.
We learned a hard lesson. Peace and security in Europe is essential to U.S. security and peace.
He gave his assurance that the United States would stay committed to NATO, saying peace and security in Europe is essential for U.S. peace and security. President Niinistö also said that Finland is open to negotiating an establishment of a NATO military base in Finland. Ukraine has received U.S. cluster munitions, according to a senior Pentagon official. The U.S. announced on July 7th it would send Kyiv cluster munitions as part of an $800 million security package intended to ensure Russian forces that invaded Ukraine nearly 17 months ago cannot halt a Ukrainian counteroffensive. Egypt is seeking ways to make an elusive ceasefire hold in the bloody Sudan conflict that has killed thousands and forced Sudan residents to flee to neighboring countries. This is VOA News. The Secret Service says it still does not know who left a bag of cocaine inside a heavily trafficked White House lobby last week. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Magani.
A summary of a Secret Service probe obtained by the AP shows the agency saying there's no physical evidence to single out a suspect, no DNA or fingerprints on the bag, no proof via surveillance footage, and no leads.
Ludicrous on its face.
GOP Senator Ted Cruz says that the Biden administration can't figure out who left cocaine in one of the planet's most secure buildings.
It's because they desperately don't want anyone to know whose cocaine it is.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says there's no equal justice.
Biden Inc. strikes again.
Saying anything revolving around the Biden family gets treated differently than other Americans. The president and family members were at Camp David when the cocaine was found over the holiday weekend. Sagar Magani, Washington.
A new report released by the United Nations Thursday says that the world is making progress toward ending AIDS. Anjali Achrekar is the executive director of UNAIDS.
We do not have a vaccine or a cure for HIV and AIDS, and gains that have been made are very fragile gains.
She added the countries that are putting people and communities first in their policies and programs are already leading the world in their journey to end AIDS by 2030. Pakistan said on Thursday that the International Monetary Fund had transferred $1.2 billion into its central bank as the first tranche of a $3 billion payout for the cash-starved nation. The IMF on Wednesday said that the remaining $1.8 billion would be phased in over the program's duration, spread over 9 months, and subject to 2 quarterly reviews. China and Southeastern Asian nations have agreed to try to conclude within 3 years the long-delayed non-aggression pact aimed at preventing frequent territorial spats in the busy South China Sea from turning into a major armed conflict. The contested territory has long been feared as an Asian flashpoint and has become a sensitive front in the U.S.-China rivalry in the region. China and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, agreed on Thursday to guidelines to complete their Code of Conduct negotiations before the fall of 2026, and that's according to a Southeast Asian diplomat involved in those meetings. The 10-nation bloc foreign ministers were meeting with China's top diplomat Wang Yi in the Indonesian capital of Jakarta. I'm Steve Miller, VOA News.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.